going on, and let's face it, when you're on the boat, you know, it's like all bets are off. You get into this zone. It doesn't matter. I don't care if there's an earthquake or whatever. You're so focused about what you're doing, and all the guys are like that. You don't care. You lose touch with reality, everything outside, everything at home, and then when you get home, now you gotta switch gears and you gotta be the dad and not swear in front of your children. You gotta be nice. It's hard. So that's a tough one. Then you got people coming up and you're trying to shop for groceries and they're pestering you, which is flattering. It really is. But it's weird, you know. Just going through an airport's a hassle sometimes. And sometimes it's a good thing.
It has its perks.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you're at the back of the line and some guy's a big fan of the show, next thing you know, you're at the front. That's a perk. I'll take it. He can call me a celebrity.
All right, so we talked a little about the captains. You guys are all friends, or at least some. Any insights you want to share on them? Whenever you guys are out there, it's competitive. So how do you take the friendship and then the competition? How do you work all that?
Well, I suppose that's natural, probably in any business. I mean, now I see how the corporate guys work, and dealing with a lot of this stuff. And, take you to dinner, booze and snooze you, and shake your hand with one and stab you in the back with the other. And same with fishing, It's like, especially a few years ago when we had the derby style fishing. Now there's a quota system, but as far as I can remember, as far back, it was so competitive that if you had one little hot spot, you weren't going to give it up. And the radio has a lot of chatter on it. You're always communicating, and if you have a group that you're communicating with, sometimes other fishermen will scan in on that radio and they'll hear the banter, right? And you can actually almost decipher just from the way they're talking. You can decipher a lot of things, even if they're talking in code. Where they're at, how they're doing, because you sniff them out.
Yeah. And
it gets so competitive, and the next thing you know, there's 100 guys in one spot, and now all of a sudden your 100 average went to a 20 average, and you got to find more crab. So you're going to lie to them. You're going to cheat, lie, steal, whatever it takes, because you've only got so much time to put crab in your boat. And when you get back into the beach, and you might meet the guys for a drink or something like that, you're buddies again.
Okay.
And then by 2 a.m. and all of a sudden they get jealous or whatever, or some guy did better than him, then you're going to be at each other's throats. It's just the way it is.
Okay. So while you're out there, you have time to get the crab. You also have time for pranks. So what are some of the best pranks you've seen done to you while you're out at sea?
Done to me. I've had a lot of, when I first started, and like when I was 22, that was a relief skipper, so that wasn't constant. I didn't turn full-time till 26. But during those years where I was a partial skipper, on and off, guys would mess with you so bad. And like being Norwegian, we'd have Channel 12. That was like the Norwegian channel. So it was always our banter in the language. And these guys knew how to mess with you. They could send me flying from one place to another with my head chopped off just by manipulating where they said they were.
Mm-hmm.
And they knew damn well that there was nothing there. So, guys would send you in a direction. Next thing you know, you're screwed. There's nothing. You might have run 8 hours for nothing. The same thing with a buddy of mine started running another boat. He was in an ice pack. They were fishing close to it. They were done for the night, so the boat's laying there drifting, and they shut down for a few hours. And when you're close to the ice, it's just like a lake. There's no action in the water. We tie up next to him. I jump on his boat. And I fucked with his plotter. I took the fuse out, so he didn't know where anything was. And then I took his bearing book, so we used a book that we write all our bearings in. And so I hid that in his wheelhouse, so he didn't know where that was. So now, he's got pots spread all over the Bering Sea with no way to know where they're at. And I let that go for about, I don't know, like half a day or a day. He's pissed. And luckily he's my friend, because he's about 6'4", full of muscle. He crushed me like a bug, but not a lot he can do when he's out there.